UCLA coming off a couple wins and now take on Oregon. So your preliminary thoughts about this one?
Well, we love Chip Kelly. A lot of us do out here. He brought us as the whole fandom to a completely different level, almost to a level of extreme that now we're getting boos in the stadium because we're not winning by enough. The guy completely changed college football. I mean, Nick Saban couldn't stand this guy's offense, and then he win national championship running basically a version of it. The Fresno game was going to go down as like one of those ESPN classics. We'll be watching that game in 20 years, you know, and that's just, that was unreal. I could not believe that happened. Now, the ASU one, I could believe, you know, they actually played very, like you said, they played a good first half and it kind of fell apart on them. You know, they're very shifty. They make a lot of motion. They do a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of window dressing. And then they just kind of run some basic things. They don't really run a crazy offense. They do a lot of stuff that makes it look like they're doing a crazy offense. And then they're running basically power. And then they were running power better than Mario, I think, was running power at Oregon, trying to run power. And Chip was running better power out of the spread. So I think that they make defenses move. They make defenses move their eyes. And that's always what they, you know, have said for years in football. Is a winning trait. Offensively. Now, defensively, I think they have some issues. And they have some great players. They're very physical, which is a little different than how UCLA had been before Chip got there defensively. But Chip's doing some things defensively now, and it's going to be a great game. I definitely, if Oregon wins, they win by a field goal in my mind. I think it's going to be difficult, but I kind of like Oregon in this one. I've been kind of a little wishy-washy this year when it comes to this game in particular. Early on, I thought this game was going to be the game of the year. I thought UCLA was going to be the team in the South. I thought them and ASU were going to be the team. Now, after this ASU game, I think ASU obviously is in the driver's seat, but then they go play at Utah. I mean, the Pac-12 is just crazy this year, Mark. You know how it goes. And so I do think that this is going to be a game that Oregon really gets up for. They love to play in LA. They usually play very well in LA. They have a lot of kids from LA who are on the team, and they get hyped to play down there. And UCLA, I could see make some mistakes. The one thing I see that's very different than Chip's offense now compared to what it was at Oregon is, at Oregon it was very quick hitting. I mean, these guys would run plays consistently. They would literally get the ball out of the quarterback's hands within a certain amount of time. They were all about these just little windows opening and closing offensively. Now, DTR's back there running for his life. There's a lot of plays where it looks like the first option, second option, third option, back to the first option. Uh-oh, here we go. And you didn't really see that much at Oregon. They threw the ball to the wing. They threw the ball deep a little bit here and there, but they ran the ball constantly. I mean, in Oregon, they ran the ball 70, 80% of the time, it felt like. So this is not the same type of offense that Chip ran at Oregon. In saying that, these guys have some serious backs. The tight end is one of the best tight ends, I think, in the league, and the running back's one of the best running backs in the league. Big physical guys that are just very difficult to stop. And I do think Oregon can find themselves in a position where they're going to overcommit and they're going to get burned. Chip loves doing that. He loves to use the defense against itself. One of the things he would always have the defense try to do is over pursuit, and he'd run right around him. And I do think that's going to happen here. They're going to look at Kayvon Thibodeau, and they're going to go after him in a way where they're going to double team him, and they're going to run to his side. They're not just going to run away from the guy. They're going to make him a focal point, but they're going to do a lot of stuff where they pull guards and they double team him. And it's going to be a heck of a game. I mean, this is going to be an absolutely great game. And I think DTR actually puts himself in a very unique position. If they can get this win against this defense that Oregon's presenting, because I do think this is one of the better defenses in the conference up front, especially, then he really makes a case for himself going forward, which I think they're all trying to do, right? They're all trying to get to the next level.
Greg Dulcich, the guy you're talking about at tight end, 21 catches, 18 yards per catch out of a tight end. And Zach Charbonnet doing a heck of a job as the Michigan transfer, 6.4 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns. DTR's got a 13-2 touchdown to pick ratio in this Chip Kelly offense. So it's UCLA, it's Oregon. I, like you, think this is going to be a field goal game. I think it's going to be a really good one at the Rose Bowl.